I make no exaggeration when I say that women are the most magnetic beings on this planet. Women are walking spells with the ability to influence and attract anything with our mere presence alone. When it comes to feminine energy is pure magnetism. And women, we reside on the magnetic realm. And this purely has to do with creation, the subconscious, the heavens, the earth, and the inner world that is often referred to as the underworld, or even the realm that is demonized as hell. Every aspect of woman, of the feminine, is creative. It is source energy and it is magnetism. Women naturally pull things towards us like gravity. We are connected to the earth and our bodies are in tune with the natural rhythms, with the natural cycles of the earth and the moon phases. So the feminine is the yin polarity, and that yin polarity is the invisible force that pulls everything towards it. It is the North Pole. And within the feminine magnetic realms, we have the subconscious mind of our human nature. And the subconscious mind rules 90% of our thoughts, our emotions, our moods, and our deeds on this earth. So it's no wonder why women are oppressed and heavily controlled in society, because women naturally influence and merge with everything and everyone around us. When a woman enters a room, any room, whether she's conscious of it or not, she is influencing that entire room. She picks up on the unsaid energies and the unsaid feelings of everyone. She can tell when someone is upset. She can tell when someone has good vibes, when someone has weird vibes, because it's all within her, because she is the magnet and she pulls all that energy towards her and into her. And this is why they say that women house the spirits, because the womb is literally a house. The womb can house a baby. It can house spirits as well. And it can pick up on different energies because it too is magnetic. And the nature of the feminine is magnetic. Even in the word feminine, we have the number 9. This, of course, isn't by coincidence. And cats are also known to be very connected to that number 9. And this is because cats are said to exist in more than this realm at one time. Well, the feminine also has that ability to enter up to 9 different realms. And these realms are called the magnetic realms. So the 6th sense has to do with the third eye. The 7th sense has to do with the astral realm. The 8th sense has to do with the Akashic realm. And the 9th sense has to do with the veil being lifted, so the beyond. When it comes to the 6th sense, like I was mentioning before, women can walk into any room and pick up every signal in every person's invisible energy. The 6th sense equips us with a very heightened intuition. Since the feminine has to do with the subconscious realms, when you are operating and communicating in that feminine energy, you won't have to say a word in order to get your point across. It will be felt and the information will be sent in a subconscious way. So a woman who resides in her feminine energy moves like magic, like literally a spell, and she can influence that room just from her thoughts, just from a glance, a look, a gesture. And this is something that patriarchy definitely wants to hide from women. So the 7th sense has to do with the astral realm and traveling outside of this physical body. So when you're astral traveling, you're still connected to the body, but it's a step above the conscious. So we usually have the ability to astral travel when we are sleeping, dreaming, daydreaming, or even meditating. We enter those magnetic subconscious realms, those feminine states. In ancient Egypt or in ancient Kemet, they considered this to be the Ka. And this is where spirits that we consider ghosts, angels, demons, ancestors, this is the realm that they reside in. They reside on the astral plane. This is also where the goddess Lilith, who is considered to be a vampire, a very magnetic feminine energy, was said to reside in. The goddess Lilith reigned on the astral plane, and in certain stories she had the ability to enter into the dreams of other people, since she was very connected to the astral realm. And she did this to seek justice on those who wronged her and her daughters. So this is one of the reasons why Lilith is so demonized and feared in most of mythology and stories, because she held this power in the magnetic realm to destroy the people who oppressed her and tried to control the feminine energy. So the eighth sense represents the Akashic realm, or access to the Akashic records. And in a sense, it represents a step closer to the soul. But the eighth sense is where we access time, timelines. Feminine energy gives you the ability to enter and to alter different timelines at will. So not only can you rewrite or rescript your story, you can also travel to the future, travel to the past, and manifest certain things and change certain things around for yourself. Now, this is considered very high magic that is usually kept within brotherhoods and certain secret societies to gain an upper hand and control over the masses of people. But once you realize that you can manifest for yourself, you can enter these timelines and end these cycles. Women in particular are very connected to these Akashic realms. So you may realize that when a woman likes someone, or when a girl likes someone, she'll enter her daydreams and she'll create this whole, what we call illusion, fantasy world. But in reality, what she's doing is that she is entering different timelines and she's creating in different realms. So when men make promises to women that they don't intend to keep, he's basically cursing himself, because she's already created that reality with him in it. And if he doesn't want to live in it, he shouldn't make those promises. Women who are seasoned and are considered sorcerers or witches can do this at will. They can do this consciously. And they can rewrite the script in their entire lives just by accessing the Akashic records that sits within our DNA. Women store and hold memories on all timelines, and especially within our DNA. The X chromosome holds up to 1,400 genes, and these genes can be traced back generations. So just think of all that knowledge, all those memories, all that information that women are carrying within us that we can access at any time. So the ninth sense is about the veil being lifted, or piercing the veil. The veil is heavily associated with the goddess Isis, who is known as the mother goddess. The veil of Isis represents the mysteries of the universe and the vast darkness of the feminine energy. Isis even states, "I am all that has been, and is, and shall be, and no mortal man has ever lifted my mantle." With the ninth sense, you can access different star seeds, different planets, different galaxies, and communicate with far distant beings. These are the magnetic realms, and many of these attributes can be perceived as having superpowers, when in reality it is a magic, it is an ability and an awareness that resides within us. It is the feminine aspect of ourselves that has been suppressed and the part of us that we must reconnect to in order to access these magical powers and access these realms and this knowledge within us. The heart itself is magnetic. The magnetometer is a device that can measure the heart's magnetic field up to 8 to 10 feet in measurement. When our heart beats, it creates a rhythm, and this rhythm creates a sound that then creates our auric field around us. And this is the invisible energy that people can usually pick up on, the vibe. It's the vibration of the heart. In certain mythology, the heart is considered the seat of the soul, and the soul is demonstrated by Aset, whose name translates to the throne. Women are the heart, and this heart is magnetic. And the heart is the magnetic frequency that creates with sound and vibration. Women are the heart. Women are the source of love, and everything is revolving around your heartbeat and how you feel. We're taught not to make decisions from our heart, but honestly, it's the best thing to do. We're taught to only use logic that is given to us from information outside of ourselves, but true judgment and righteous judgment always comes from the heart. And your judgment should come from what you feel about something and not what others are telling you you should feel. Because we each have our own path, our own moral code, and we each have our own way that we see the world and that we live our lives. This is the knowledge that we are kept away from. These are the secrets that have been kept away from women. They learn to trick, demean, and exploit women out of our power, while in secrecy, they use these feminine ways to gain power, wealth, access to the riches on earth, and to control and influence the masses of people. They use it in a destructive way instead of in a creative and nurturing way that it should be used. Everything that a woman does is love, and the feminine energy causes everything to rise. Whether that's sexual, sensual, whether that's spirituality through her voice, her word, her magic, or whether that's through birthing a whole another being into this world and literally raising them up from a baby to childhood and even adulthood and beyond. So magnetism is a woman's realm. It's an innate power, and it is within us, activated at all times, whether we're conscious or unconscious of this power. So if you're a woman listening to this, understand that you're influencing the energy around you just through your emotions, just through your mind, just through your imagination alone. You hold immense power. You are magnetic beyond your belief. And don't be afraid to tap into that energy, because it's time that we stop undermining ourselves and stop playing into the narrative that makes us suppress who we are just to appear good enough to the patriarchal system. Women are magnetic, and the magnetic realms is dark, powerful feminine energy that holds the power to bring abundance back into our lives.